एंड आई एम योर होस्ट एंड दोस्त फॉर द डे। और आज मैं एक बहुत ही स्पेशल एपिसोड लाई हूँ। और ये एपिसोड ना स्पेशली मेरे लिए है। क्यों? क्योंकि मेरी मम्मा ना बचपन में बोला करती थी कुछ भी हो जाए योगा कर लो सब ठीक हो जाएगा। मार्क्स कम आ रहे हैं, योगा कर लो, दिमाग की माइंड कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ जाएगी। अरे ऐसा क्या है योगा में? अच्छा, तो मैंने अभी ये सोचा और मुझे पता है आप सब भी ये सोच रहे होगे, तो मैं एक भी ऐसे योगा एजुकेटर लाई हूँ जो हमें इन सारे सीक्रेट्स का राज बताएगी। ठीक है, so let's go and let's talk to Miss Harjas Kaur, a great yoga educator and a very beautiful woman. So let's go and have a conversation with her.
We Nrich Learning presents.
So yeah, I'm Harjas. As you know, my name is Harjas, and I'm Delhi based. I am a yoga teacher. Presently, I am doing that as a profession, and that's also my passion. I ventured into yoga about 10 years back, and since then, I've just kept myself into this field in the sense learning more and also getting the experience of teaching. Teaching is again a greatest way to learn even further. For me, it was really not a career shift. It was just that I probably one needed yoga, and it happened in my life.
It's great to be a
So
passion, to be a profession, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly. So it was just that, I mean, I had been into some other industry, like I was into exports, government exports,
Okay.
and I had been in that industry for quite some time, about 7 to 10 years, I think, something like that only. And yeah, so there was a point in my life when I started practicing yoga, and then there were some changes also happening, like I was looking for something different in life, and I wanted to just take a break from my work. And that's how I started doing it. And then ultimately it became my profession as well, because then I couldn't think of doing anything else other than yoga. But I think a lot of people actually do that. Now it is becoming very common that people are, HR professionals or they're engineers, and then they probably some point of life they start practicing yoga, and then they start taking it up professionally as well, because it is viable also. Now fitness and wellness industry is growing, and there's a
That's a
lot of
great thing.
opportunity.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunity in this industry as well, and it is bound to grow even further because we need it as humans. We need it right now more than anything else. Everybody is looking at wellness and mental wellness as well. So, yoga provides everything. It is a complete holistic thing which is working on your physical, mental, and psychological, spiritual level, and helping you in all ways.
But ma'am, you
Exactly.
started everything so such a long back. How did you
Yeah.
first get your first like platform to showcase
Uh,
your yoga skills?
Actually, I started practicing yoga when I was distressed, to be honest. I was tired of doing long hours of work in export industry, and I wanted to just, I mean, as I say, just yoga happened to me. I did not
Yeah.
choose it. Like our whole life path is already set. I believe that,
Yeah.
it
Okay.
is already set. It is just that we can take small, we can, in the sense that life path is already set, but how you'll walk on that path is what is your present karma or action you need to take in the present life. Like how happy or how you can take everybody along, all these things you can decide, and the path is already set. Yeah. And now you can make, you can choose it as a profession also, because there are a lot of opportunities. It is becoming, big money is getting involved in it because of uh, the corporates also coming into it. So now you can take it as a profession. You can earn a living out of it also. So that's another shift which has happened in the recent a few years,
Especially
which
after
probably
COVID.
especially after COVID. So, and if you do something good, because yoga and fitness is something nice, it's a nice way to earn money. So what's the harm in that? So
That's
do it.
true. That's very true. True, true, true. But I think it's very good after COVID. Like a few good things have come up after COVID that now we've started taking care of ourselves. Earlier, I'm sure that
Exactly.
we were so just busy with our lives, corporate life, our college life, our school life, that we forgot to take care of
Yeah,
ourselves. And now we
I
have,
know.
thankfully, people like you to let us know that, okay, fine, now we have to take care of ourselves. Then start
exactly
doing
because
it.
exactly because COVID made people realize that there's nothing more important than health. If
True.
you and because we will be living only if we are kind of healthy and be able to take, whatever is happening around us. So it's very important. Health is one of the most important aspects which we were, I think, kind of neglecting
Mm-hmm.
since a lot of years. And now suddenly I there like since COVID there's a slight shift. People want to take care of their health. They want to eat healthy. They want to eat organic. They want to make exercising a part of their lifestyle,
I
not
have been very
running.
skeptical of everything my whole life, yoga and just I have been very skeptical. Like I've always said that okay, this doesn't work. But I think after COVID, my mother started started yoga and started doing everything. She's always had this interest in that. And after that, she would just make me sit and tell me, Apya, this is very good. Apya, this is how it would help you. And I think that is how after I also start believing in everything and started taking care of
Right,
myself as well. It's
right,
thanks to COVID.
right.
And she also joined many classes actually during COVID when everyone was at home. She started to on internet like on Zoom classes or Google Meet. She started these classes, and I think that is also it
Okay.
got it hyped, right?
Right, right. Because that was the only option at that time. During COVID,
Exactly.
obviously everything was in lockdown.
So, ma'am, but even after everything, how do you manage everything? Like your classes, your own personal life. Is it not very difficult to do that? Because I know you have a very good following as well. So how do you manage it?
It's like you have to choose how much work you want to take up, in the sense that as a teacher, you can't keep teaching, you know, non-stop. You have to have a certain number of hours which you will give for teaching so that you have time to get back your energy by doing your things and taking care of yourself, having your
And
routine life.
just it's having so many students is so confusing, right? I mean, just how do you do that? Like, how do you remember everything, or how do you manage everything? Okay, now I have to take this person's class, or I have to take this class.
No, that's not so difficult in the sense
It's
you,
not.
of course, it depends. If you are having a big group, maybe you'll have to manage a lot of people.
Yeah.
It depends how you are doing the classes, because if you are having your own set of people, own group of people, then you need to organize their numbers and emails and
Right.
everything.
Right.
So you have a database and you can do that. And otherwise, a lot of times I'm also doing a lot of workshops and corporate workshops and tie up with studios and all, where I don't manage students as such. I don't get into the statistics of getting people on the class. So I am more involved in just doing the class, and the statistics is taken care by the corporates or the studios.
And that's very
So it
helpful.
works. Yeah, it works both ways, because as a teacher, as a yoga teacher, especially, how it is going is that you are doing both. So sometimes you can have maybe one class where you have your own students, so they're all coming in. You have to maintain their records and all that stuff. You can do like online Excel. I think a lot of websites offer to kind of have that
Endless
kind of
learning, endless learning, endless learning. Telling that to every audience. We help
exactly.
you with everything.
So that's how it gets taken care of. And of
Yeah.
course, there are things which you have to manage on the spot. There are cancellations, there are stuff happening here and there. So you have to kind of see how you can manage it. You have to be a little bit clear about cancellation policies and all that stuff.
Exactly.
So
You have to be
otherwise,
careful about everything, but it's again very nice to have a help like someone like us. For example, if you have many students, if you have many classes, English learning is there to help you with everything, and English learning is there to manage your teaching.
exactly. So if you have
So,
a platform, if you really have a good number of your own students, you should just get into tie up with such a platform like
true.
Enrich, and then you can get your students managed through it,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then it makes life easier. Yeah.
Yes. So, ma'am, if you have to go to movies or any books, is there any one particular book or movie that motivates you every single day?
Uh, okay. In the sense for yoga, or you just general
Anything in
motivation?
your life, in your life.
Okay, I'm not such a.
Movie
I mean, I
fan.
have. No, I do watch movies, but it's not like I look for motivation. I just enjoy movies in the sense
Okay,
that
what is the last movie you enjoyed the most?
I mean, these days there are hardly any good movies coming, so I can't remember. I think I watched that Shah Rukh Khan movie, which was not so great
Pathan.
actually.
Yeah. Oh.
Pathan. It was not so great, but so I can't say it inspired me in any way. Although,
That's understandable. I
yeah,
think for
sure.
me, it's always will be. I think different aspects of every movie, right? For Ye Jawani Hai Diwani just taught me to just go out to the world, explore different people you'll meet. That's a very
Exactly.
good thing I got from the movie.
Yeah. And otherwise, I like these kind of movies or web series where people are, doing something for their country or for the good of the people. So
True, yeah, that's
that's
also good.
something I enjoy. I do not know how and what is the reason, but I really
I think
enjoy
that you
something
will
where
really enjoy Sher Shah then.
I've seen Shershaw also,
I
yeah.
love that movie. I love
Yes.
Captain Vikram Batra and I really enjoy watching Siddharth Malhotra as well. So, ma'am, right now, Apni Toh Paathsala, that is this podcast, we're starting a new round. We're starting something
Mhm.
new where I will ask you
Mhm.
some rapid questions and you will have to answer them. The first thing that would come in your mind. You can describe it
Mhm.
aram se, but just I'll say
Yeah, yeah.
one thing and I want you to say whatever comes up
One
in
word.
your mind. Yeah, not
One
one
word.
word, just explain it as well.
Okay,
So,
let's
okay, we'll
try.
start with the first question. Okay, okay. It's very simple. It's about you, right?
Mhm.
So, it's very simple.
Mhm. Mhm.
Your favorite school memory?
Okay. So you said whatever comes to your mind,
Whatever
favorite.
comes to your mind.
So, in the school, now I don't have this desire. You get some things you want to do in life. So earlier, I was very fond of nails. Now I have very short
Okay.
nails. But earlier, I used to keep very long nails when I was in school, and I loved to paint them, and it was not allowed in the school. So it
Same.
is a little, I mean, a naughty and that kind of a memory and all that stuff. You enjoy doing stupid stuff at school. So my teacher, and otherwise, I was a very nice, obedient kind of a student. But this was one thing which was not going according to the school books and all that stuff. So they used to check us during the prayer, and my class teacher, and it was like I was in 11th or 12th at that time, so it was a higher grade. She used to see and she used to say, Harjas, ye kya hai? मैंने कहा क्या है whatever it is. So he used to
Wow.
tell me go to the chemical lab and go remove it. I said okay. And this way I used to get a chance to bunk the first class because after prayer the first class used to happen and I used to bunk it because I'm in the chemical lab doing this and I never used to do it and I used to come back.
Oh,
So
I wish I would
yeah,
have used that.
this is one thing I could remember immediately because you said first thing which comes in your mind.
Oh my god, I wish I would have used it then. I wish would have known this. I could have used it. Wow. Mine was a Christian school. They were very strict about having long nails.
Yeah, same. In schools, it was not allowed. I'm sure it is
It's
even not
not.
allowed now. But
It's not.
I used to just get the excuse to just spend time roaming around here and
That's a
there.
very good way to bunk a class. Wish I would
It
have
was
known
an
it.
excuse given to by me to this by the teacher only. So I was not really bunking the class.
That's a smart way to bunk a class. That's how intelligent toppers
Exactly.
just, bunk their
Yeah.
classes. Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Your favorite cheat meal and like I would your favorite cheat meal in Delhi to have, like a street food to have.
Street food. Actually, I cheat meal. I would say coffee or tea because that's what I just love. Especially coffee. I was more of a tea person earlier, but now there's a slight shift. But whatever, tea or coffee is my favorite cheat food. And if you talk about food, it is like a drink. Um, Food, I'm not so inclined. I'm inclined towards sweets, so you can say any like good cakes or desserts like that.
So, what is your favorite place to have food in Delhi? Like this one place you will always love.
Not necessarily street food or yeah.
No, I
Anything.
my colleague just informed me that his favorite is like this Thela wala uncle in Paharganj. Yeah, he just informed me that. So just
Yeah,
there out in
Paharganj is
the
pretty famous. I like rolls and those chicken rolls and mushroom rolls and all these kind of
shawarma
rolls
wale, right?
with
Shawarmas.
shawarma. Yeah, yeah, that's something I like a lot in different places.
I
A
think
lot of
me in
the places in
Chandigarh, I
Delhi.
really want to know the
Khan,
good places to have
sure,
good
Khan
things.
Market is a great place
Oh,
to hang around because it has a lot of good restaurants. And
I
then
don't know that. I
Khan
don't know
Market.
about Khan Market. I don't know about. I think I know very less about Delhi. I would like to know more about Delhi and its food. I've always heard
Yeah,
only
yeah.
good things about it.
Delhi has excellent food, and there are so many options that I can't pick one favorite actually because I like food everywhere. Big Chill is quite nice to have a lot of things like
I'll have to
Italian
trust your
stuff.
words on that.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, okay, next question. One teacher you will always remember.
So like I said, this teacher who used to send me to the chemical lab, I always remember
Oh,
her,
oh.
Justine Kaur, because she was weird, and I think I like weird things. No,
I think we'll be
she
very good
used to
friends then.
portray she used to portray that she's weird. I could catch it. I'm very intuitive. I think most of the people never got it in my class, but she was very intelligent. I could kind of sense it, and I liked her because sometimes you have a vibe with certain people.
Yeah,
So I liked her.
I
Yeah.
agree with that. Okay, so
And I
ma'am,
don't, yeah.
I want to ask one question. That I'm very interested in yoga, but I want to know your dream destination to have your morning yoga class. It's a very specific question. I
Yeah, dream destination would be that I take people for a yoga retreat, maybe somewhere. There could be a couple of dream destinations, but definitely something like, Maldives, probably, some beach
oh,
side, some
sounds
really
beautiful.
exotic beach side.
Ah, sounds very beautiful. I would also be very much part of that retreat then. My last question is that is my favorite part of the entire series. That I want to ask you one thing that you would say to our audience. This one message you want to give it to them.
Okay.
Just
So,
short, crispy message to
yeah.
them.
Yeah. So, like whatever, because this is a platform, it is a teaching platform. So let me just, and I'm also a teacher, a facilitator. So I'll just talk about from that point of view that whatever you are doing in life as a profession, or even not as a profession, if you are doing, just try to do things with your heart. Like try to put your heart into what you're doing because that ensures two things, very important things. One thing is that it will make you feel happy with what you're doing. So it will give you more happiness and contentment. And secondly, when you put your heart into doing something, you put your energies also. It's not just putting heart then. You put all your energies into doing something when your heart is there. You enjoy it and you give your best as well. And keep
Thank you
trying,
so much,
keep
ma'am.
going.
I am sure our audience is also thanking you right now for such beautiful words.
I hope I hope
Thank you
they
so
kind
much,
of
ma'am,
get
for
something
just
out of it.
they would. I know I did.